It feels so good to be back at my normal-ish time in the afternoons where everybody's joining me live at the Roxy on this Wednesday. Wasted Wednesday. Let's rage face. Let's go out and get hammered. Let's get shit-faced. Let's get crunk in the club. Am I right? Whose voice is that? I don't fucking know. Somebody likes to get crunk in the club. It's been a long time. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. A lot to go over today. A lot of entertainment news, which is fun. It's usually less upsetting to talk about entertainment news than the state of the world or politics or any of those things. What's going on with this little hot pony thing that I'm rocking here? Who the hell knows? Hello to everybody joining us live today. Shout out to Alan and Haskell 420 and Glenn Caesar and Travis Gilbert and Stefan Zubel and Rob K and Right Now and Later and Twinkle Star 86, John Bainbridge, Lauren, Matthew Gold, Legoland, Matt Link, Manny Gonzalez, Jake Yacovetta, John G, Sandler Cruz, Bruce Banner, Mohammed Belsin, Joseph Ashley with the amazing artwork, Rob Fishback with the incredible documentary that he sent the World Girls last night. If you want to see our reactions, check out our Patreon, or he posted the video on YouTube. Melissa Byrne, D-Train, Matt Munoz, Travis Gilbert, Justin Towns, Plastic Life, Star Gonzalez, Silu Bonino, Ace Money, Schmodown Entertainment Network. What is this shit up in here? Could it be Christian Harloff? But Christian, you're supposed to be on a break right now. What are you doing? Get out of my YouTube. Just kidding. You're always welcome here. Unless it's somebody else. Are you an imposter? Let us know. Bill Lyons, Mark Jason Ali, all the people in here. You guys are freaking awesome. And I'm so grateful to have you guys in here right now as we got things to go over, people to see, places to go. Actually, we have nowhere to go. We're in a quarantine. That's just the truth of the matter. Tom Cruise. I'm calling this the Tom Cruise rant, but that's not really fair. We'll break down exactly what it is. If you haven't listened to it yet, what have you been living under a rock for the last 24 hours on the internet? He went off on some people on the Mission Impossible set, and honestly, it was my favorite thing Tom Cruise has done in a long time. So I can't wait to talk about that. Lily James and Sebastian Stan were cast as Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. This is the head scratcher of the day for me. Lily James? Pamela, sex goddess Pamela Anderson? Lily James, Pamela Anderson, Lily. I mean, we'll talk about it, but am I off base here? Strange move. Lizzie McGuire, and I know a lot of you guys don't care about this, but it is deep in my soul, and I give way too many fucks. Was supposed to have this epic revival. This was announced at D23. Hilary Duff came out on stage. It was like this big to do. Apparently, it's not moving forward, at least not at Disney Plus anymore. Hilary Duff put out this whole statement about it that we'll go over. Curious what you guys think is happening here. And I was interested when Disney made all their announcements. Where's the Hilary Duff conversation? I know most people were not thinking about that because they're thinking about all the Marvel and Star Wars and Pixar and all that. But I was like, where's my girl Lizzie? Where's Lizzie McGuire? This is the way that the brain of Roxy Stryer works. But speaking of Disney things, Marvel is apparently exploring new talent deals for their talent because of what's going on with releases possibly having to go to Disney Plus, and that affects how much talent actually gets paid. So this is a new wave. We're trying to stay up with the times. They're looking into things and they're figuring out, well, if this goes here, you make this amount of money. If this goes here, you make this amount of money. And they have to make it work for everybody involved. So we'll break all that down and more, plus whatever you guys have going on in the Streamlabs or in the Super Chat. Starting with my BFFR. I guess you're my BFFS. Sir Joker 40, Roxy, BFFR, East Coast gang. Looking super cute today. Stay phenomenal. Thank you, Sir Joker, my dear friend. I appreciate you greatly. You've shown a lot of support, and it's been amazing to receive during this Bizarro time. Have I said enough times yet in the last 276 days live at the Roxy in a row how effing strange this time period is? I really don't know that I can emphasize that enough. Let's jump over to the Streamlabs, get into this before we get into some of the actual things that we're talking about today, because I want to check in with you guys all. Today is December 16th. How weird is that? We are over halfway through. We're just halfway through the month of December. So I'm not feeling ready enough for this year to end. Nope, phrase that weird. I'm feeling very ready for 2021. Bring on 20 motherfucking 21. Jake Yakovat in the Streamlab says, I know you probably already know this, but putting the toilet lid down when you flush isn't enough. You gotta clean that shit, son. Those plumes don't just disappear when you put the lid down. They're crawling on the lid. Very good point, Jake. It's a very, very necessary point. Thank you for that 1 a.m. chat, because some people might not have known. You've got to put the lid down. You got to put the lid down. Dalton0079 or Dalton0079 says, hey, Roxy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom drops on Netflix this Friday. It's Chadwick Boseman's final performance, and a few critics have said that Chadwick could get a posthumous Best Oscar for his performance. Best Actor Oscar. I'm hearing that as well. Does this buzz get you excited? Of course it gets me excited. I love Chadwick Boseman. I watch most of the Oscar contenders. I love incredible performances as an actress myself. And so yes, super excited about all of this, and can't wait to actually see it, which I will do Friday. Wow, that's right around the corner. Sugar Gum, I think, said this right after we stopped the stream yesterday. Sugar Gum said, imagine if Roxy, after finding out about Shia, was like, OMG, Jewish men ain't shit. I put all my faith in Jewish men on Shia. Like, what the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Watching any new movies? Was that Sugar Gum in reference to the Lizzo thing? Like a lot of people putting their own body images on Lizzo, and then when Lizzo makes a decision that affects them? Or is that just about Shia in general? Because, can't put all my faith in Jewish men on Shia LaBeouf. That would not go very well for anybody. Watching any new movies recently? Been watching a lot of TV shows. Speaking of which, just finished Bachelorette from this week. Oh my God, so much stuff going down. In terms of new movies, I will be watching Wonder Woman on Friday, so I am very excited about that. I can officially talk about, this is exciting, a promising young woman that dropped, and it was, I think the embargo released on it, and it was amazing. It was bizarro. It is so strange. I had heard a lot of buzz about this for festival season, and then it got pushed because obviously what was going on in the world. But it is really weird and eerie and so well done. The ending of it did not hit for me the way that I think they were hoping, but in general, non-spoilers, I think that this was a really strong thriller, comedy, bizarro thing. The way it's described, nothing in Cassie's life is what it appears to be. She's wickedly smart, tantalizingly cunning, and she's living a secret double life by night. Now an unexpected encounter is about to give Cassie a chance to right the wrongs from the past. I would say that that's a decent description. However, it's so much more than that. It's Emerald Fennell, who is not only awesome in everything that she's an actress in. I believe The Crown was the most recent thing I just saw her in. She was phenomenal. But she also, and I am embarrassed to say this because I know I'm a massive, massive TV fan and supporter, and I've never seen an episode of the show. But she's also one of the writers and I think producers on Killing Eve. And people are like obsessed with that show. I know, I've never seen it, which is so bad. But yeah, she created this. She wrote this movie, and it is super duper worth your time. She also, I believe, directed it. Yes, she did. Starring Carey Mulligan, and then with every single guest appearance there were so many, but also starring Bo Burnham, who I'm a huge fan of as well, Laverne Cox, who I'm also obviously a massive fan of. I recognize Ray Nicholson in there, who I know from college, but that is Jack Nicholson's son. Adam Brody made an appearance in it. Clancy Brown, Jennifer Coolidge. It was like Alison Brie, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Like, it was so packed with really, really talented performers. And I can't recommend you see this enough. So thank you for asking about that. And I will actually put out a tweet later with all my opinions, thoughts on that. But yeah, it was really good. It was really, really an excellent, excellent movie. Moving forward to more Streamlabs before we get to a couple points of conversation on the show today. LD123 says, hey, coach. Yesterday was a great day off where I was on vocal rest. Loved your hat on SEN. Thank you. My Jew hat. Appreciate it. First time watching so I could see you, and you are crazy funny. After the group gave movie recommendations, I watched a few of them. Romeo and I had a nonverbal date where we ordered in some food, ate, and sat on his couch and texted each other. That was so cute. It was really nice, and he is so sweet. There was a point where I thought he was going to start making a move on me, which I want so bad, but he just gave me a long, deep kiss. That's a move, LD. What are you talking about? That's the move. We made out for a while, and then I went home. I wanted to fuck him so badly last night, but in the back of my mind, I kept thinking about you and your advice to stay strong. I let him cop a feel of my tits. Again, that's a move, LD, and went no further. Went home, got my vibrator, and got off. LD, do your thing. Now I am off to the gym, got to stay strong and do these shows. Then I will do yoga, meditate, and then show up for my noon call time. Thank you for your help with me staying strong. Also, thanks a lot. Sarcasm. You're welcome, LD. We've got you here. And I appreciate you doing, still, like, at this point, you're kind of crossing a little bit of the lines, and I think it will still be hard. It's hard working with people that you're hooking up with. It's just challenging, but, it's harder the further you go. So do what you got to do, LD. We believe in you. Just know that things get really messy really quick when you're working with somebody that often. That's just the truth. So I hope that you are okay. I'm glad to hear that it's going well, and just rooting for you all the time. All right, Chris Martinez in here says, hey, Roxy, Star and I were dying of laughter when you kept yelling at Darina to pause and rewind. Star felt very special. Just wanted to let you know we love you and the whole community. So that's in regard to Rob Fishbeck's documentary that he put out about holidays around the world. He did this incredible thing for us. If you haven't checked it out, hopefully Jake can put it in the chat right now so you guys can check out his video. But then on Patreon exclusively, we did a watch along to it. And I wanted to make sure we were in 1080p. Because Jake told me we needed to be in 1080p, and I remember during the video, and we actually were in 1080p, but I just wanted to check, and it was during Star's part, and I wanted to hear Star, so I was like, rewind, D, rewind, which she did, because we all wanted to hear from Star, so I'm glad. I was so happy to see you guys in it. It was awesome, truly beautiful. Matthew Gold said, did you see that rant from Tom Cruise? I like that he is passionate about movies, but bashing people on set is a little excessive in my opinion. So let's just talk about this right now, Matthew Gold, because yes, I saw it. It's one of the main things that I wanted to talk about on the show today, because I have to be honest with you guys. Tom Cruise is one of the last living movie stars. He is like a true movie star, incredible performer. Obviously, I don't agree with his personal life choices. I don't agree with him being a Scientologist. I struggle with all those things. But he is a certified badass at the job, and he's an incredible performer. And while I don't like most of the things he does personally, this is something I actually really respected and appreciated. Now, for those of you guys who didn't hear this rant essentially was Tom Cruise talking to people on the Mission Impossible, and by talking, I mean yelling at people on the Mission Impossible set. And he's explaining to them whatever they're doing to break COVID protocol. He's yelling at them saying, people, this industry has shut down. People are looking to us to be the example. People's lives are at risk. If they do not work, they do not eat, and we can't help them. This is not going to help them if you do these things. If I see you do it again, you're fucking fired. To follow the COVID protocol. Now, who knows? Maybe they weren't wearing their masks or whatever it was. Absolutely right with him. You have to take this shit seriously, and it comes from the top down. And if there were people not following COVID protocol on set, it is not only Tom Cruise's it's not only his prerogative to yell at them, it's his duty. It's his duty to, as a producer and as the star on the set, to put the fear of God in people that if they do not follow this, that people will get sick and die, or that people will get sick and the production will get shut down and then they will go hungry. And that's just the fucking truth. So I'm totally here for this. I don't think he said one wrong thing. He didn't say, this is my movie, I'm Tom Cruise, and I don't want to go home. You want to set me up for disaster because I'm Tom Cruise and I need to act? No. I think that he said it very seriously. I didn't find him, he wasn't degrading. He didn't fire anybody. He did give them the warning. It is a little uncomfortable as a full-blown adult to get yelled at, but we don't know how many times he had reminded them or said something. And also, it's not like he was screaming at the top of his lungs. He was speaking loudly and very sternly. And he was saying how fucking important this is because they clearly weren't listening. So I was completely fine with what he did. I think sometimes you also do have to make an example of things so that other people follow protocol. I really, really had not one qualm with what he did. I thought it was the right thing to do. It's the thing that saves lives. And that's what we need to be worried about during this time. We need to be a little less sensitive about, like, I don't like getting yelled at. Woe is me. I was taking my mask off. No, do your fucking job. Keep your fucking mask on. Save lives. You're on set. There are thousands of people relying on you right now. Do your fucking job. That's how I feel. What do you guys think? Talk to me in the super chat and in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Let's see what's going on in here. All right. Haskell says he was not being crazy. I agree. Varun says, I don't think he was degrading them. Neither do I. Twinkle Star says COVID is deadly. I think he did good. I agree. Legoland says his anger was misplaced, but yelling like that and whoa wasn't misplaced, but yelling like that and whoa is he egotistical is just a no. You can articulate it in a way better method. Legoland, I just don't agree, but totally you're allowed to have that opinion on it. Absolutely. Rob says they weren't wearing masks or social distancing, so Tom laid into them. Yeah, I'm with it. Dan says, we've all blown up like that over work. If you are passionate, we are just lucky nobody recorded it. I didn't even find it to be like it wasn't even like a blow up in terms of he said anything. This wasn't some Christian Bale shit. This was like totally valid, I think. That's how I feel. All right, what else is going on here? A lot of you guys have a lot of thoughts. I don't think he should have called them motherfuckers. I agree with that. Jake. I'm from Boston, so motherfucker to me is like person, but I get how that could be taken offensively. I use it very lightly, but that's probably not right. So I feel you there. Human resources don't like people yelling and calling each other names. I mean, that's certainly true, Cinema. That's certainly true. Totally right. Roxy says Twinkle Star. Ryan says there isn't much work for people who work production and behind the scenes like lighting and sound. They are also at risk. It's important for everyone to be safe. So is definitely on the right. Yeah, I feel you, Ryan. Absolutely. Right now, people are out of jobs. They're fucked. One of the main issues I've heard is that this was a repeat offense kind of thing, thus the explosion. PLD, yeah, I was hearing too that people on set were doing this over and over again. That's why he did this the way he did, which I think is totally justifiable. Chris Lemchi says 100%, agree 100% with Tom. Also, the movie had already been shut down previously. Does anyone know how this got leaked? Like, I feel like somebody leaked this to be like, look how mean Tom Cruise is. And for the most part, what I'm seeing are people being like, look how right Tom Cruise is. Could he have phrased it a little nicer? Maybe, but look how right he is. He's really, really doing the thing that will keep people with jobs, keep people with food on the table, and keep people alive. Melissa Burns says, I think there's a bigger topic here, like how come the government is favoring Hollywood to continue to work while smaller businesses are limited by things like capacity that make people lost their jobs. Melissa, this is not justifying it in any way, but I believe it's because Hollywood is financially able to pay for what they need to do, which is testing bodies every single day, hundreds of them. And they are not, it's not the same as being financed by the government right now because the studios are still financing this mostly. And also, I think that Hollywood's always favored, for better or worse. People like their entertainment. That's why it's considered an essential work right now. I'm not by any means justifying this or saying this was right, but that's happened throughout all of history. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up that like my hairdresser, who is amazing, who has 2 kids and a husband, and can't go into work during this time, can't afford it. They can't afford it. But in order to afford it, they would need to test every person walking in and every employee every single day. And Hollywood can afford it, and these smaller businesses simply cannot. So I think that's what's happening here. Not saying that any of that's right, but that's my interpretation of the situation. Somebody let me know if you guys disagree or something else is going on. Let's move forward. A few more things going on the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ace Money says, Roxy, that World Girls doc that Rob did was really great. I watched this morning and it honestly got me in the feels. What a great community. Thanks so much for sharing it and your reactions. Love you guys. Ace Money, love you guys. It was awesome. Rob crushed it. He had me tearing up a little at the end there. Don't tell anybody. Dee cried more than I did. Whatever. And Steph cried the most. She was like a weeping little baby. I also sent Jake this video of Steph crying afterwards. She was just watching it on repeat, crying on my couch. It was fucking hysterical. Let's go back into the Streamlabs. Our boy Glenn Caesar says, hello, Roxy. Love you. Good afternoon. Happy Hanukkah and happy World Girl Wednesday. Woo, 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 woo. As always, thanks for taking the time to hang out with us for the 276th day during quarantine. It's insane. You the best. Peace, love, bunnies, and hugs to you and all of the rock stars. Hell yeah, Glenn. As always, I hope that we can find and feel some joy in each of our days, our weeks, our months, and our years. Don't ever forget, even when it gets tough, even if we're by ourselves, we are not alone. The Rockstars and World Friends communities are here for you. Remember, everyone, you are kind, you are smart, you are important, you are worthy. So keep on being your awesome selves because we appreciate you since it deserves to be said every day. Hashtag smash cancer. We're with you, Smets. Everyone who's battling. Absolutely. Yes, thank you, Glenn, for that. Lloyd Nansen here says, hi, Roxy. Happy hump day. Happy hump day, Lloyd Nance. Lloyd, we just signed your calendar. Not that we've signed a lot of people's calendars, but last night I just remember I wrote you, or we did a message for you. I think we specifically had Steph do yours. Don't quote me on that one though. But yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys to receive your calendars. Mail is slow right now, but hopefully in the coming couple weeks. Anyway, Glenn Caesar also says, since it still needs to be said until it actually happens, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Glenn, thank you for always keeping us on our toes here, reminding us that because we need to keep saying it. Roxy, thanks for sharing the reaction to a World Friend tries out the holidays. You're welcome. It was awesome to see. That's on Patreon for anybody who wants to see it. We were going to release it Sunday because we do our extra content on Sundays, but we just didn't want to wait. Jake the World Friends and Rob did a fantastic job pulling it all together. Again, I wish you lots of success in house hunting. Jet for Mando talk. Oh, that would be great. But he doesn't watch it until he watches with his wife, which is later on in the week. So sometimes it's irrelevant. Yeah. House hunting. I found a place I really like. It's expensive, but it is, I think I could make more money by living there because I could build myself a little studio in there. And it's really cool. It was charming. It had a lot of like heart to it. You ever know those places you walk in and you're like, this place is a lot of fucking heart. Like nothing was nice. Everything was run the fuck down. But everything was like, I don't know. I feel like I could make it a home. I feel like I could put a bunch of plants in there. It was 2 stories, which is really cool. And it's like a little bungalow. It almost felt like a mini little house, like a little baby house. Yeah. But I liked it. So we'll see what happens there. I've got a few more places that I got to see. And then I got to get to moving because I got to get the fuck out. And my landlords can go fuck themselves. That's truly how I feel about that. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see. Gingerbread. Gingerbread says, let's not praise Tom Scientology. I don't know where the leader's wife is cruise for saying the bare minimum. Did I buy a ticket to the last MI movie? Absolutely. Am I a hypocrite? LOL. But I'm not going to praise him for this. Not saying that you're doing that, but yeah. No, I agree, Gingerbread. I don't think I'm praising him for this. I'm just saying this is one of my favorite things he's done in a long time. Because I think that this was the right thing to do. I don't praise him for being a Scientologist. In fact, I talk about it all the time. And not only do I talk about it with him, but I talk about it with Elizabeth Moss or Christy Alley or any of the big Scientologists that are out there. It makes me really fucking uncomfortable. Really fucking uncomfortable. They have completely different values than I do, and I don't appreciate that. It's okay to have different values than people, but I find it to be a very, very sexist belief system, which is not okay. Apollo 3JP in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Tom Cruise is the GOAT. There's something to be said about being in a position of power, but at the end of the day, he didn't call anyone degrading names. He just rules with a stern fist. That situation calls for that, if not more. Interesting, Apollo 3JP. I kind of agree. I actually fully agree. That is how I feel. Let's see what's going on with you guys in the chat. Hopefully I'm giving enough people attention today. I want you guys all to feel seen and heard and loved because you are all truly rock stars. And a lot of you guys are royal friends as well. Speaking of which, tonight, Wednesday, the 16th. I was like, what day is it? We are giving Hanukkah a whirl. I'm going to be teaching Darina and Steph and anybody who wants to join us for World Girl Wednesday, all about Hanukkah, the meaning of, how it came to be. We're going to be doing some activities. I'm going to be showing you some things about it, all that stuff. So Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and we'll be lighting candles and all that stuff. So very, very excited about it. Spidey Sensei 72 says, will there be an official fuck my old landlord's party stream once you move into the new spot? Hope you find something soon. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be streaming when I'm moving. I'm going to have to figure it out, but it might be like from my car on my phone. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's how I feel. Truly how I feel. All right, let's talk about a little more entertainment news, a little bit more going on in the world of entertainment news. This is a casting thing that I thought was weird as fuck. Lily James and Sebastian Stan are cast in the biopic of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. So, for those of you guys who are like, why is this so weird to you? The truth is, I love Lily James. I think she's very talented. Thought she was wonderful in Cinderella, and great in Mamma Mia, and Baby Driver, and she's really sweet and cute, beautiful, and wholesome. And I know she's an actress, so I know things you can act. But when I think about Pamela Anderson, because this is going to be a series at Hulu. I think it's a biopic series at Hulu. It's a limited series. A limited series about the relationship between Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee and the scandal surrounding their notorious sex tape. When I think about Pamela Anderson, I feel like either we needed an unknown in this role, kind of more like what they did with Princess Di for The Crown, or we needed somebody as like who was just like exudes sex. Pamela Anderson is one of the just biggest sex gods that was ever on the planet. When you see Pamela Anderson, you just think like, hot fucking damn. Look at Pamela Anderson. I mean, she's an icon. She's a legend in the way that like Marilyn Monroe was. So I don't know. Lily James just doesn't do that for me. This is weird casting. I'm not saying that she can't do like prosthetics and makeup and push-up bras and the big hair and the bleach blonde and look like her, but just like, we're really going to have to see the performance of a lifetime for me to believe that Lily James is Pamela Anderson. And I don't know why they did this and cast somebody so far from it, because it just would be so easy to find. Not easy, but there's so many like Pam Anderson types. I'm pausing this conversation because I truly don't even care about what the fuck I just said. I don't care about anything you said so far on the show other than Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly, Arrest the Cops, and Kill Breonna Taylor. I always care about that. Here's what I fucking care about. Do you guys see what's happening right now? Did you guys see just this breaking news? Kevin motherfucking Smets is joining Live at the Roxy right now. Look at him in the chat. It's like he heard his name Glenn Caesar reminded us hashtag smash cancer. And then Kevin Smets, like the fucking badass, like here's all things human he is, all knowing. What is that word? Omniscient. You guys know my vocab is weak. Is in here like that. He says, sending some love to my favorite manager, not named Kaiser. Here's the truth, Smets. It's really just your favorite manager, period. You have to say that thing about Kaiser, but like there is a day in the not so distant future in which you're a star. So I'm just throwing that out there. I know you can't speak on that. Also, you got like some other shit going on from what I hear. I love you a lot. I know a lot more than that because we talk all the time. But I'm just saying, once we get our business handled, which we're fucking doing, then you know where you're going to end up. Like, it's inevitable. This is inevitable. Kaiser will no longer be yours. It just is not the way that it works. So, I'm talking about the really important things right now. Everybody in here riding for you so hard. So that says if you say my name 3 times, I appear. I didn't even have to click my heels together. It wasn't even like there's no place like Kevin Smets. By the way, Smets, just saying, did I see like a food drop off from Mike Kalinowski and my arch nemesis Shannon Barney, who that was actually really nice, because if that's what it takes to get to see you, I'll fucking stand in the street. I will bake you anything. I will cook whatever. I'm a not great driver, but I will pick you up, drop you off, like all the things. Oh, I almost texted you another one of my shitty jokes that I've been texting you the other day. I have it saved in my phone. I'll hit you up after this. Just totally don't even care now. This is the thing. I don't care about Pamela Anderson and Lily James anymore. How am I supposed to care about them anymore when we have Kevin Smets in here, who hopefully whenever he wants will join the show and give us an update on how he is doing right now. Varun says, Kevin. Imagine if you did that every time he showed up. Oh, that's weird to speak about because I'm pretty sure Beetlejuice is on my table somewhere if it wasn't such a fucking mess. Yeah, it's right here. This is like Kevin Smets. Beetlejuice. Wait a second. Why is Beetlejuice in here spelled Betelgeuse? Beetlejuice. Is that how you spell it? No, that's not right. You guys should have fucking seen me trying to spell things as we were signing the calendars. As we were signing the calendars last night and I'm writing notes to everybody, every other word, I'm like, Steph, how do you... one time I wrote, we're all friends, assemble, like Avengers assemble. I said, Steph, how do you spell assemble? And she said, how do you spell assemble rocks? I said, yeah. And she said, what do you think? And I was like, well, does it start with an A or an E? And she was like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? And I was like, is it assemble or assemble? Assemble. That's how fucking bad of a speller I am. Just in case you guys are like me, it's assemble. Good to know. This is how far along in inner geekdom I am right now. Ready to take you on, Smets, clearly. Avengers, assemble. Totally ready for it. It's like so bad. I'm worse than JT. Like 10 times worse than JT. You guys don't even know. He says he's going to take us up on it. He said May. All right. Well, you're welcome anytime, as I've texted you, as you know, to come on here or to have me come there or to bring you anything. I'm back in LA. I was gone for almost a month. It was wild. Assemble. That's right. Avengers, assemble. I think it's a porno. Probably starring Pamela Anderson, or is it starring Lily James? Like, why are none of you guys with me? This is the weirdest fucking casting of all time. How are we going to throw Lily James in like this sex goddess role? That bitch is Cinderella. You know who's more equipped to be like sex goddess if we're talking Disney princesses? Like Jasmine's more of a sex goddess. Or I don't know, even something about Snow White's more of a sex goddess. It's like, ooh, the apple. Ooh. Like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, more of a sex goddess. Like in terms of, oh, I'm so sleepy. Take me to bed. Cinderella, that bitch loses her slippers. That's the only clothes she's taking off. She'll be like, oh, you got a foot fetish? I'm here for you. It's like not Pamela Anderson life. Let's just be real. I don't see it. I can't even get to the Sebastian Stan part of this playing Tommy Lee because I love Sebastian Stan, but again, weird ass casting. Weird casting. Weird ass casting. Weird casting. Assemble. Avengers assemble weird ass casting. See, that's the problem, Spidey Sensei. Who am I going to cast? Sex goddess Roxy Stryer. I'm fucking Pamela Anderson. No, I don't know who I would cast. I have to look into it. I'll keep you guys posted. Yeah, Alexandra Daddario would be great as Pam Anderson. Totally. I don't know that she would want the role, but she would be phenomenal. Snow White is 13, Roxy. Okay, I didn't know that. Also, what the fuck? Are you being serious? Snow White's 13? That shit's fucked up. Jasmine's underage? What are you guys talking about? How do we even know the ages of these princesses? They look mad old. Snow White did the whole thing with Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. I don't think Pamela Anderson is attractive. I don't get you. I don't get you. Well, Naomi Scott plays Jasmine. I don't think any of them are underage. Supposed to be 13, Jasmine 16. What the fuck? But then why do we always talk about like which princess do you want to be or have a crush on? You're telling me these kids are kids? No. That's a hard pass for me. That's a hard pass for me. Like, what about the princes? Am I still allowed to have a crush on the princes? Or are you telling me these princes are fucking children? Go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. PLD says, I'd be honored to be called a motherfucker by Tom Cruise. Hell, I'm honored to be called a motherfucker by Roxy. PLD, you a motherfucker. Sorry for being the Christian imposter earlier. Oh my God, that was you, PLD? I was like, why is Christian watching my show today? Christian doesn't care about me that way. That's not true. Christian loves me. But Christian's on vacay. I was working on Coming Up Next, which has Roxy on tomorrow. What a great birthday present. PLD, tomorrow's your birthday? No way. No way. Let me know. Happy early birthday. But I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And I am coming on that tomorrow, but only for like 15 minutes because I got that hard out because I got to find an apartment. And I'm on the lookout. Demo, love you back, babe. Pocahontas is 12. Shut the fuck up. What? All right, Cinderella is at least of age. But still, I'm not attracted to 18 and 19-year-olds. Like, I get you're of age legally, but like, you think I'm supposed to think you're hot? You're a fucking kid. You're a teenager. No. Ooh, Charlize. Yeah, Charlize is too old for the role for what they're trying to show now, but Lily James, I don't know. Maybe she's great. Seth Rogen will also star playing the man who stole the tape and made it public. He's also an EP. Seth Rogen is perfect for that role, so that's cool. Oh, boy. All right, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'll keep you guys posted. When we see the first look on that, I want to do a whole show on it because I'm just not seeing it. Not seeing it. Pocahontas was 12 in real life. Ugh. No, guys. No means no. No, no. Speaking of children, all right, that was a weird transition, Rocks. Lizzie McGuire, the revival is not moving forward on Disney Plus. I'm super not stoked about this. It's a bummer. This is what Hilary Duff messaged out. She Instagrammed and said, I've been so honored to have the character of Lizzie in my life. She has made such a lasting impact on many, including myself. To see the fans' loyalty and love for her to this day means so much to me. I know the efforts and conversations have been everywhere trying to make a reboot work, but sadly, and despite everyone's best effort, it isn't going to happen. I want any reboot of Lizzie to be honest and authentic to who Lizzie would be today. It's what the character deserves. We can all take a moment to mourn the amazing woman she would have been and the adventures we would have taken with her. I'm very sad, but I promise everyone tried their best and the stars just didn't align. Hey now, this is what 2020 is made of. Hey now, hey now. Listen, not happy about this. It feels to me, reading between the lines, that Hilary Duff and production majorly disagreed with the state in which Hilary Duff would currently be. I don't know whether Hilary Duff thought that this was more of a Karate Kid situation where she was Cobra Kaiing it, and she's like, realistically, this is where Lizzie is. And Disney Plus thought this was more of a girl meets world, boy meets world situation, or what the situation was. But it just seems like they had creative differences, and I wish they could get on the same page. And I don't know that we're ever going to see this now. Also, a lot of the outlets were saying that this isn't coming to Disney Plus. Does this mean another outlet could pick this up? Do they even have the rights? Can they do that? Could this be a Netflix show? What are we talking about? Must know all things Lizzie McGuire. Big super fan here. Lamont Small says, hi, Roxy. Do you think there will be a summer movie season in 2021? Same with the next holiday movie season. And you should be the third host on Coming Up Next. Thanks, Fran. I'm just happy to be going on as a guest. In terms of the movie season, kind of don't think there will be a summer movie season. Kind of do think there will be a holiday movie season. So that's where I'm with that. But it's just a complete fucking guess based on what I'm reading from like Fauci and what they're saying about the vaccine. Vaccine. How weird does that word sound right now? Vaccine. Vaccinations. You're not losing your mind, Rox. You good, babe. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ace Money says, how about Betty Gilpin to play Pam Anderson? Great casting. Would love that casting. Makes so much more sense. Betty Gilpin is like, damn, girl, you fucking sex goddess fire. That's the truth. That's how I see it. Jonathan in here trying to break my heart. No, Lizzie McGuire, that sucks. Oh, no. Oh, I thought you were saying Lizzie McGuire sucks. You're saying no, Lizzie McGuire, that sucks. Oh, yes, Jonathan, we're on the same fucking page. We are on the same page. Yes. Roxy, it's all good. We lost our minds months ago. That is very, very true. Lamont says, Fauci said herd immunity could come by summer 2021. Yes, I heard that, but I just don't know that will mean theaters. I don't know. Seems like a lot of people are very, very anti-taking this vaccine, which is going to be a massive problem and will keep it from herd immunity coming by the summer. Then it just will not be taking place. So it kind of depends on who's willing to get vaccinations and who is not. All right, let's move forward and talk a little bit about this Marvel situation, how they're exploring new talent deals because they might be having to send their stuff over to Disney Plus. And this means that they need to figure out what to do with their talent and how their deals are affected by this and finances and stuff. This was coming from The Wrap. It says Marvel is exploring new talent deals in case films end up going to Disney Plus. Humberto Gonzalez released this. He said, studio behind Avengers franchise still wants its films released in theaters first. Marvel Studios is beginning to explore new talent deals to provide flexibility in case the pandemic or other factors lead the studio to bypass theaters and take films straight to Disney Plus. Under the new contract language, key above-the-line talent like actors, writers, directors, and producers will receive adjusted compensation depending on whether the film opens in theaters or debuts on Disney Plus, the streaming service, according to an insider with knowledge of the situation. Marvel blockbusters typically pay back-end bonuses to key talent based on a film's box office performance, which can be substantial for MCU films. So that will mean like you'd make money up front, and then depending how the movie does, you would make more money based on the box office for the back end of things. So that's probably going to be majorly adjusted here. And it will be interesting to see what exactly that would look like. I'm curious what you guys think is going to be happening here. Do you think that this is going to last long? Do you think if they see that people are willing to take smaller paychecks, that's going to last even past the pandemic? Do you think that this is something that is just got to be the way of the future? And the people who are above the line having to figure this out is just another part of the pandemic? Or do you think that this is a way for Disney to try to save a lot of money and you don't appreciate what they're doing? Are other studios going to adopt the same thing? What are you guys feeling? Let me know in the super chat, in the Streamlabs. That's streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, how you are feeling about this situation. Remember Usher? What's my best Usher voice? But you gotta be smart about it. Celebration. He's like all smooth with the guys. No, Rocks. Just no. Now 2020, hurry up. I want this to stop. I feel you. So, I was saying I'm expecting more like early September. Yeah. Zeno Hour is also saying smart move. And Trauma says it's a smart move, but I still want movie theaters back. I think everybody does. If you are part of this community, the chances are you love going to the fucking movies. That's just probably the case. If you're here right now, if you're a rock star, 99% of you guys, like me, love the fucking movies because we're nerds and we love TV and we love movies and we love community. That's just the truth. Almosties, I'm with you, Rocks. You don't gotta call. It's Usher's like that's my soul. He's so good. He's so good. Matt says it's another knee-jerk reaction to the current situation as they're terrified of losing future monies. That is so true. They are scared of losing that money. I get it though. Everybody who's a business has to be afraid of losing that money during this time. It's just kind of the way that the cookie crumbles. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. D-Train says, hey, Roxy. Actually, he said he, Roxy, but I think you mean hey. I guarantee that if that crew has spoken to nicely, they most likely do that same mistake again. It sounds like that is what happened. That's not how this world works. People don't listen. That's why we're in this situation. Totally, D-Train. If we learned anything, it is that. 50 Shades of Geek in here. Thank you so much for this Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer said, I tried to get myself a World Girls calendar, but apparently the manufacturer doesn't ship to Israel. So in any case, here's the $35 I was going to spend on the calendar. Happy Hanukkah, Roxy. That is so sweet, 50 Shades of Geek. Yeah, it sucked because you were a little late to, we had sent the cutoff at Sunday, and then you hadn't reached out yet. So we would have needed to ship yours directly from the manufacturer instead of the bulk order that we ordered to us to then ship to you. So the manufacturer doesn't ship to Israel, which I was surprised about. We've had people reach out from Mexico we're shipping to the UK, to Canada, to Australia, but they just didn't ship to Israel. And then when we tried to see what it would be to order it to us and then send it to you, is an extra $160. And I was like, that's just way too much money. I don't want to ask him to spend that on the calendar. It was crazy, crazy expensive. I don't know why it's so expensive to ship to Israel, especially during this time, but it just was. But 50 Shades of Geek, I don't know if you are Jewish, but if you are, happy Hanukkah. And I really appreciate your support. And I'm sorry about that. We wish we could get you a calendar. I really wish that I could. But it was like a nightmare situation. It was so weird looking at the shipping costs for out of town. Like Mexico was so expensive, more expensive than Australia, which was like, what? Why? This makes no sense. It makes no sense. The way that Canada was more expensive than the UK. Huh? Why? Things were kind of all over the place. But yeah, it was just kind of like, is what it is. And it's our first merch, and we're just trying to figure it out how to do it all. And it's honestly taken us thousands of hours at this point, because with the signing and what to ship to us and a lot of the requests on where to sign it and all that, we've loved doing it, but it's been a lot. I think we'll probably do a easier undertaking next time with like a shirt or a sweatshirt. But I do think we're going to start doing more merch because this was so much fun and so many of you guys purchased the calendar. So we definitely want to do some kind of apparel, and we'll keep you guys posted. Avi says, what? No, Israel. Yeah, the manufacturer just didn't send to Israel. It had a list of like 90 countries that it sends to, and Israel wasn't one of them, which is a bummer. Are the calendars on the way to the UK? Not yet. So the calendars that are going to be going to the UK are going to be coming to us in 1 week on Tuesday, and then we have to sign and then send to overseas. So hopefully very, very soon. But everything's so slow because it's during Christmas time, and we're paying that extra money for priority shipping, which is the quickest they can get it to us is 1 week. But it's because they're making all this, customizing it. So yeah, it's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We would have ordered more in bulk, but we didn't know that how many we were going to sell because we've never done this before. It's a learning experience. Here's the best part. The calendar's dope. So that's really cool. We're very excited about that. Where's my calendar? The wifey thinks you're gorgeous. I adore her. She's gorgeous as well. If you want one, Smets, you got it, and we will figure it out. I think we'll even throw in a signed one for you if you'd like. Kevin, are you still here? Are you kicking it with us? What got you hooked? Is it the Pamela Anderson conversation? Be real with us. Is it the Tom Cruise rant? What you want to talk about? Is it either of those things, or is it just my sparkling demeanor and face, you know? Is it Lizzie McGuire? Spencer, are you a massive Lizzie McGuire fan? Or are you pissed that the revival's not happening? Or is it this Marvel stuff? I don't even know that we know what the contracts are going to look like, because we don't even know what the contracts look like now. I mean, they're so secretive about this kind of shit. We just always, everything's arranged. We don't know back end points, how much somebody really makes on anything. So it's like contracts changing really don't mean jack shit to us as fans. Unless you are Chris Hemsworth, this really probably doesn't affect us. Real Talk with Silos says, hey, Roxy, just found out my great-grandfather passed away today. Oh, Real Talk with Silos, that fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. But the fact that he's your great-grandfather probably means he lived a very long life. Just want to remind everyone, life is short. Hold those you love dear close. Much love and appreciate your time. Really appreciate that. You guys know I lost my aunt last week. And it just keeps fucking happening during this time. People are just, it's the same as any other time where people are still losing people non-COVID related. I don't know if yours was, but we just got to keep positive, strong, keep reaching out to the people that we fucking love, fighting the good fight every single day, because none of us ever know. None of us ever know. I think about this every single day after losing my mom. I think about every day this is why, like, I think it's so important to find the right partner and be in the right friendships and all that stuff. I could walk out the door tomorrow and I could get hit by a car. I could be completely healthy and something could still happen. You just never fucking know. You don't know. You never know. So anyway, I'm so sorry to hear about that. But again, great grandfather to me sounds like he probably lived a long life comparatively. So I'm happy that at least he had you and had this time on this planet, and keep us posted how you're doing. So sorry to hear about that, friend. People are sending you bunnies. That's what we do to show support on the show. Star sending bunnies, Lamont sending bunnies, Varun sending condolences, Rob sending bunnies, Bruce sending prayers. You guys are the best community. Thank you for supporting our amazing friend, Silos. I appreciate you. Please don't, Roxy. No, it's not my intention. I'm just saying we just don't fucking know. We just don't know. I've had friends who have beat incredible odds and have been sick and have made it. And I've had friends who died of brain aneurysms in their sleep, and the next day they're gone. Like, you just don't know, no matter where you are or who you are. So Kevin Smets sending bunnies also. Thank you, Smets, for doing that. Speaking of somebody who knows about that fucking fight, we just, none of us fucking know what cards we're going to be dealt, and all we can do is surround ourselves by the right people so we have the right tools in our toolbox to fight the fight when we need to fight it, which is why I'm always harping on you guys, like, pick the right partners or be alone. Pick the right friends. If your family is not good to you, have a chosen family. And if they are good to you, know how blessed you are. Like, I have the best family on the planet. That is so fucking lucky. So fucking lucky. Just surround yourself with people who, you know, when and if the time comes, they'll show up for you. That's so important, because you just don't know. It could be any one of us. Wow, how did I turn Lily James into that? I have a tendency to do that on the show. Speaking of this show, we are going to be getting out of here really soon, so get in any last minute. streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer or Super Chats. 50 Shades of Geek in the Streamlabs says, things often don't get sent to Israel a lot of times. I'm used to it by now. No need to apologize, Roxy. I understand. And yes, I am Jewish. Jewish. Happy Hanukkah, or Hanukkah Samecha. Happy Hanukkah to you, my friend. I am so excited tonight for the World Girls to give Hanukkah a whirl. Dee and Steph don't know much about Hanukkah, so it'll be so fun. And if you guys don't know, you are welcome to join the party. We are live tonight, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time on youtube.com/theworldgirls. And we'll be going over, if you guys don't know, how Hanukkah got its name, why it's confusing how the fuck to spell it, what is the story of Hanukkah, what is Gelt, what are latkes or latkes, what is a menorah, How do you light it? What do you say while you're doing it? What does celebrating Hanukkah even look like? Why is this important to the Jews? Who does celebrate Hanukkah? How long do you celebrate Hanukkah? Why does it change dates every year? Like all these questions that my friends are always asking. And get in your questions there too. I'll answer any questions you guys have. I've been experiencing an extreme amount of anti-Semitism recently, as you guys know. It's been really fucking upsetting and off-putting. But not 1 second of that has made me question whether or not I want to rep being Jewish as hard as I do. Anybody who knows me knows that within 5 minutes of meeting me, you learn that I'm Jewish. I'm so proud to be Jewish. There's not many of us left. We make up less than a percentage of the population. We're at 0.2% of the population. And it's so fucking important for me to talk about my tradition, my heritage. And it's also a really fun holiday. So we'll have some fun. And people who are Jewish like to drink wine. So grab yourself some wine. Manischewitz if you're doing it right, and come party with us as I wear my menorah hat and all of that stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you to my friend Kevin Smets for dropping in as well. He's the fucking shit. You guys are all the shit. Quick shout outs goodbye to everybody who is in here, as I like to make sure that you guys all know you are loved, you are seen. I know a lot of people are financially struggling this time and not everybody can contribute in that way. You guys just showing up is contribution enough. Get in your comments on Apple Podcasts because that really helps. It's free to do and it means the world to me. If you like this video, that's a great way to support as well. And leave a comment here after the fact. It really helps with algorithms as our numbers have been tanking. We got to lift those up. Glenn says special appearance by Grammy. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. Saul, you're Jewish now, she tells me. I know it's a big secret. It's the best kept secret in the community. They all protect and they all know. No, don't tell anybody she's a Jew. Shout out and goodbye to Bruce Banner, Avi Vitzman, Zeno Hour, 50 Shades of Geek, Rob K, Matthew Gold, Spidey Sensei, Thunder God, Cairo, Chris Martinez, Jake Yacovetta, Matt Munoz, Kevin Frickin' Smets, Travis Gilbert, Ryan Payne, Rob Fishback with that amazing video, Garth, I was going to say Harkins McMurray, but just Garth McMurray, Jonathan Donsel, Andrew Thomas with that awesome cameo. Your voice was great. What are you talking about? Star Gonzalez, Manny Gonzalez, Halty Amelie, sorry, Glenn Caesar, Bucks After Dark, PC, Eric Lane. Just getting to as many of you as I can. Put down that toilet seat and the lid. And as Jake tells us, not enough. Clean your damn fucking toilets. Make sure you make your bed. Like this video. Support the Whirl Girls. Be a part of the Rockstar community. All those things. Danny M. Happy Hanukkah. Love you guys lots. And I'll see you guys tonight for the Whirl Girls. And tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy.